This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
My heartbeat races many beats above normal as I stand feet firmly planted on the Castro Theatre's dark hardwood stage, whose construction has stood the test of time. The theatre, a historic San Francisco landmark with a Spanish colonial Baroque facade, has all the grandeur and style that one would expect to accompany its 93 years' worth of celebrity performers, one of whom I am very much not. If you had the distinct misfortune to shake my hand before I took the stage, you would have felt like you had been assaulted by a semi-defrosted mackerel. Despite my distinct lack of fame, 800 unfamiliar faces are looking back at me from the assembled crowd. When I arch my neck slightly to look toward the large, stretching ceiling, I am met with the curious gazes of another 600 faces in the lavish upper-tier balcony. All eyes are firmly on me. On either side of the stage stand large organ grills. Even though I have the musical ability of a dead pigeon, the idea of playing a few notes at this point seems distinctly more appealing than allowing my vocal cords to do what science intended, simply emit words. To those 1,400 pairs of inquisitive eyes in the audience, I probably look calm, collected, and confident. This is far from the truth. Turbulence is sweeping through my insides. I am so nervous I could lay an egg. I am, however, not just expecting to talk without imploding, a challenge enough in itself for someone with a distinct fear of public speaking. I am going to try and be funny. Moreover, I expect to be so funny that I believe I will not only make these strangers laugh, but keep them fully engaged for the next several minutes. The really crazy part is that not long ago I had never told a joke on stage. I had never even really been on a stage. The truth is that public speaking was, and still is, my single biggest fear. Even more than a stare down with a shark. Byron Bay, Australia. I took a deep breath and swam within a few feet of the resting shark. He sat oblivious to my attention 25 feet below the surface, next to the Wollongbar, a sunken ship that lost its tie to the old Byron Bay Pier during a cyclone in 1922 and sank. Long abandoned by its intended occupants, the wreck is now home to wobbegong sharks, which can grow to 10 feet in length. They are the pit bull terriers of the ocean. Their often sleepy demeanour makes them appear passive, but they can leave a serious, lengthy, and rather painful impression. In February 2004, a snorkeler named Luke Trezoglafic learned the hard way. Bitten on the leg, Luke swam 1,000 feet to shore, walked to his car, and drove to the local surf club, with the shark still attached. Luckily for Luke, the shark was young and just 2 feet long, and he only suffered puncture wounds to his leg from the shark's razor-sharp teeth. The target of my attention was a bigger creature, an impressive 7 feet. I carefully detached my snorkel pipe from my mask and used it to reach out and tap the shark gently to initiate some movement. It obliged, rising and thrusting into motion with the same laboured enthusiasm I do whenever I have a 4 a.m. flight to catch. As sunlight reflected through the clear waters, I looked up towards my friends, only to glimpse a sea of bubbles and panic limbs as they fled the scene of what I am sure they thought was about to be my untimely death. Most people are afraid of sharks, it seems. I love them. Always have. The story has always rung true in my life. What most people are afraid of, I have been drawn toward. Danger, risk, and fun have always been intertwined for me. Skydiving, cliff jumping, bungee jumping, free diving, poking wild animals, these are all exhilarating to me, not terrifying. I don't chase the things that do scare me because being scared is about as pleasant as a cliff jump gone wrong. Incidentally, when my cliff jumping did once go wrong, it led to a shattered leg on an isolated island where the only form of medical assistance was a vet. I am thankful that despite his prior experience, he didn't put me down. One thing, however, has always had the power to turn me into a shaking, sweating bag of wobbly jelly. Public speaking. To say I hate it would be a huge understatement. For me, it's everybody else's shark, dentist spider, and mother-in-law rolled into one big ball of terror. So that's why being on stage in the San Francisco Theatre that night in front of 1,400 people is so crazy. I was a specialist in running away from stages at high speed. The times I did end up in them, I was a true Jedi Master at embarrassing myself. I have several such occasions to consider. all opportunities for me to shine that went south quickly.